We're going to be looking at removing brackets from algebraic expressions today. But before we proceed in solving the different problem sets, let us take a look at a fundamental concept which we are going to be using today. When you multiply like signs, it gives positive. It gives you a positive sign. What we mean is that when you multiply positive by another positive, those are like signs, it gives you positive. When you multiply negative by negative, they are like signs, it also still gives you positive. So when you have like signs multiplying each other gives you positive. But when you multiply unlike signs, it gives you negative. Unlike signs, positive times negative gives you negative right here. Negative times positive gives you negative. Okay, let us take a look at some simple example of that. If I have 2 times 3, we all know that 2 times 3 is going to give you 6. Why is that 6? And we know 6 means plus 6. Why is that? 2 has an invisible positive sign in front, right? So this is a positive 2, and 3 also is a positive 3. So what we are having right here is positive times positive. Okay, this gives you positive. That is why we have positive 6. Okay, but what about if you have negative 2 times 3? Take a look at that. Negative 2 times 3. In this case, this 3 has an invisible positive sign right here. Okay, so and remember what we said right here, that when you multiply unlike signs, negative times positive gives you negative. So that means unlike sign is negative right here, multiplied by positive right here, negative multiplied by positive. We said that is going to give you negative. So that will give you negative. 2 times 3 gives me 6. So that means negative 2 multiplied by positive 3 gives me negative 6. Okay, what about when you have this negative 2 multiply by negative 3? Negative 3. What is that going to give us? Let us take a look at this. Remember we said when you multiply like signs here, negative multiplied by negative should give you what? Positive. So that means negative here multiply, that's times negative. What is that going to give me? That's going to give me positive. Very good. 2 times 3 is going to give me 6. So that means negative 2 times negative 3 gives me positive 6. Okay, so that is pretty much what we are talking about right here. Okay, when you multiply like signs, it gives you positive. When you multiply unlike signs, gives you negative. Okay, now we are going to use the same approach right here to remove brackets from algebraic expressions. So let us take a look at this example. Example 1. It says 3 bracket A plus B. We want to remove this bracket. So for us to remove this bracket right here, we will use what we call distributive property. So that means this 3 is going to multiply out both A and B. So that means this is what I'm doing right now, because this is 3 bracket A plus B. This bracket means times, okay? It means you are going to multiply. But because A and B are in the bracket, so that means both A and B are going to multiply 3. So I will use a distributive property, in which case 3 is going to multiply A, okay? And it is also going to multiply B. It's going to multiply B. That is going to multiply this value, right? This expression right there, plus B. It's going to multiply plus B, okay? Now, how do we solve this? Let us go ahead to solve this. Remember, we said we are opening up this bracket. And we said we are using the distributive property, in which case 3 is going to multiply each of this term right here. So 3 is going to multiply A. It's also going to multiply plus B. So now how do we do that? 3 times A. That would give us 3A. Very good. Okay. 3 times plus B. That is going to give you plus 3B. Very good. So in this case, this is your final answer right here. This is pretty easy. This one is pretty easy. 3 times A is 3A. 3 times B, because you have that plus, 3 times B is 3B. So it's going to be plus 3B. If we look at another example right here, 4 bracket 2A plus C, close your bracket. So we are going to do the same thing right here. We are going to do the same thing right here using your distributive property. So in this case, 4 is going to multiply both of these. It's going to multiply both 2A and C. So 4 multiply this right here, okay? And also it's going to multiply this right here, which is the plus C, okay? So in that case, what am I going to have? It's going to give me 4 times 2A. That is going to be 8A, okay? 4 times C. That is going to give me 4C, and then you have plus here, right? That's plus 4C, okay? That is your final answer. You have been able to open up this bracket. 4 times 2A gives me 8A, plus 4 times C gives me 4C. Okay, very good, guys. Let us take a look at another example right here. Example 3. 2 bracket 3x plus 4y plus 4y. Okay, so in the case of this also, what are we going to do? This is going to multiply 3x. Okay, 2 is going to multiply 3x. 2 also is going to multiply this plus 4y. Okay, now how do we go about that? It's going to be 2 times 3x. That is 6x. Okay, then 2 multiplied by 4y. That is going to be 8y. And then you have plus right here. That's plus 8y. You will notice right here that the numbers that we use in these 3 examples, they are positive numbers. They are positive numbers. So we did not really have any cause to change any sign right here. So this is our answer. Okay, now let us take a look at another example. What about if we have this example right here that says 3 bracket 2x minus 2. 3 bracket 2x minus 2. Now let us take a look at this. In the case of this also, this 3 is going to multiply 2x, okay, and also it is going to multiply this. It's going to multiply this minus 2, okay, the same approach, okay. Now what you need to do right here is this one has a negative sign. I want us to use what the concept we talked about before, that when you multiply like signs it gives you positive, and when you multiply unlike signs gives you negative. So pretty much we have been using it from question 1 to 3. Now let us take a look at this one that involves negative sign right here. 3 times 2x, that is 6x, and you know that 6x means plus 6x, that's positive 6x, because this 3 has an invisible plus right here. This 2x also has an invisible positive sign right here. Positive times positive, that is going to be positive, because those are like signs. So that is why this is positive. But we don't need to put that because it is positive. So we can just say 6x. Okay? We can just say 6x. Now, but the next one is to multiply this one that has negative. How do you do that? Positive, because this is positive 3, you want to multiply it by negative 2. So now, positive times negative right here. Remember, this is unlike signs. Remember what we mentioned earlier. When you multiply unlike signs, it gives you negative, okay? It gives you negative. So that means that I would say positive times negative gives me negative, okay? 3 times 2 gives me 6. That is my final answer. Positive times negative gives me negative because they are unlike signs. 3 times 2 gives me 6. Very good, guys. Let us look at more examples so you can better understand this fundamental concept. Example 5. Example 5. 3 brackets 2 e. Let us do 3f. 3f. 3f bracket 2e minus 3. Okay, so now how do we do this? So we are going to be having 3f to multiply 2e, okay, and 3f is going to multiply negative 3 right here. We're going to multiply negative 3, okay. Now one thing also you need to remember is that 3f right here doesn't have a sign here. That means it has an invisible plus. Take note of that, okay. Now let us multiply 3f times 2e. We also know that this is a positive, right? So that means we don't have to do anything for this. It's going to be positive. 3 times 2 is 6, right? F and E. So that means 3f times 2e is going to be 6fe, or you say 6ef. Okay, 3f times 2e, because 3 times 2 is 6. Then you have fe, or you say ef. Okay, now the next thing is we want to use 3f to multiply minus 3, and we know that 3f is positive 3f. So what do you do? Positive times negative. Do that one first. And remember we said that unlike signs gives you negative. So positive times negative gives me negative. Okay, 3f times 3 gives me 9f. Very good, guys. So this is my final answer. Positive times negative gives me negative. 3f times 3 gives me 9f. Very good. Let us take a look at another example right here. Example 6. Negative 4 bracket 6x minus 3y. Okay, now how do we do this? We are going to use the same concept. This is negative 4. If you take note, this is negative 4 right here that is multiplying all these things we have in the bracket. Unlike in other examples that we did, that those numbers are positives. If you look at this is 3 positive 3, this is 4 positive 4, this is 2 positive 2, this is 3 positive 3, right? Okay, this is 3f, that's positive 3f, but here this is negative 4. Okay, so now negative 4 is going to multiply this guy right here, that's 6x. Also negative 4 is going to multiply negative 3y. Okay, now let us take a look of how to approach such problem. Now remember one thing, that this is 6x. Okay, now we all know that 6x is the same thing as positive 6x. Okay, because there's an invisible positive sign right there. Very good. So this will make it easier now. So now let us multiply out negative times positive. Remember, these are unlike signs, so it gives you negative. 4 times 6x, that's 24x. Okay, now that is that. We've been able to do that. Now we want to use negative 4 to multiply out negative 3y. Again, you're going to have negative times negative right here. Those are like signs, right? Negative and negative are multiplying each other. They are like signs. It becomes positive. Remember what we said earlier. We said like signs gives you positive. Positive times positive, negative times negative gives you positive. Okay, very good, guys, very good. So that means in this case, negative times negative gives you positive. 4 times 3y gives you 12y. Very good, guys. Again, negative times positive here gives negative because they are unlike signs. 4 times 6x is 24x. Okay, negative times negative is positive. Okay, 4 times 3y is 12y. Negative times negative is positive. 4 times 3y is 12y. This is your final answer. I hope you find this very easy. I hope you guys understand this fundamental concept. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next class where we're going to be looking at more examples of how to remove brackets from algebraic expressions. If you are new on this channel, I will encourage you to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Alright guys, see you in the next class.